Here I got the Maserati Gran Turismo. I'm gonna talk about some of the maintenance costs. So last time I had an oil change, I paid $380. That's just for the filter, the oil. You know, it ain't a yearly service or 2-year service. But this go around, I called 3 different dealerships and they all wanted anywhere from $500 to almost $600. And that is quite a lot. Considering it's not difficult to do it on this car, I was looking around under the hood, under the car, and it seems pretty simple. So I bought the filter myself. I paid $54. So I got the oil. I'm gonna do it myself next week. So for about $150 in parts. So another very common thing on this car is tires. This car has 24,000 miles and it's already on its 3rd set of tires. And that's not me going around a racetrack sideways or anything like that. That's just pretty much normal driving. And a lot of it has to do with the configuration and the alignment, the weight of the car, the type of tires that it uses. I got another video in the description where I talk a little bit about the alignment and the tires if you want to check it out. So I have about 5,000 miles on these tires and I can already see how they're feathering on the inside. So I might have about another 2,000 miles left. So I got quoted about $140 labor plus the tires. They were 500 plus tax for the fronts, the Pirellis, and an alignment is like $300. So I might get them aligned, get it looked at, make sure it's still within spec. I could probably change it to where it doesn't wear out as bad, because this car from the factory is towed out. That's just for better steering response, better handling on corners. So I could set the toe a little bit closer to 0 and I would get a longer tire life. Another component that's expensive is the brakes. So front and rear for the pads and the rotors, I got estimated about $2,800 just in the parts by themselves. This car had its first brake job at 14,000 miles. So the first time it was pad slap, that means they didn't replace the rotors. I can already feel a little bit of a lip. So they told me, generally, this was a Maserati technician, told me that you can pad slap it once and then on your second go around replace the rotors, is what one of the techs recommended. So on its second brake job, I'll probably have to replace the pads and the rotors. So the fronts are a lot more expensive, especially the pads. They were almost $800 just for the pads, and the rotors were about $600 a piece, so $1,200 in the rotors. So I got another video in the description where I talk a little bit about the yearly services, because if a car is brand new, you can't just go take it in and spend $500-600. No, they want what's called a yearly service, and that's actually like $1,500, because it includes the oil change and air filters. I can't remember what else. I believe wipers. And the second yearly service, that was estimated at like $2,600. So that included changing all the fluids, coolant, transmission, differential, so every single liquid, the drive belts, all the filters, air filter, cabin air filter. And they told me they would line it up also for that $2,600 charge. And on the 3rd year service, they said it was basically like the 1st year service, so $1,500. And then the 4th year service basically about the same thing as the 2-year, $2,600. So that's about the pricing that they gave me. So it can add up quick. And the first owner actually traded this car in just before his 2nd-year service. So the car was due for the 2-year, just went ahead and traded it in, so the owner didn't have to pay the $2,600. So the dealership actually did it before they sold it to me. So that's another thing that's different versus just taking it in for an oil change. But once the car's out of warranty, you can do your services however you want to. So I might have another 4,000 or 5,000 miles on the brakes on this car. Maybe about another 2,000 miles on my steer tires. So on the brakes, they quoted me about $800 in labor to replace the pads and the rotors. So when it gets time to it, I'll try to see what's out there aftermarket, see what Brembo has, and I'll be doing that myself, as well as whatever else that I can on this car. It doesn't seem like it's a hard car to work on, just based on looking under the hood, seeing what I can reach. So I'll be doing the oil change myself next week, and looking around, it looks like it'll be pretty simple, so I'll make a video on that, see how it goes. That way you guys get a better look. So anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned.